Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another episode of notanalog.com. Today I'm looking at the HTC Incredible S, which is amazingly small for a smartphone. For anyone who's looking for a portable, extremely portable smartphone with all the features without losing any wows or any gizmos, the Wildfire S is actually very brilliant. So small, weighs I think 105 grams, that's with the battery, so it's super light, in a really small 3.2 inch screen, which is enough to be able to make it usable, yet it's so portable, very thin, very light, yet quite strong still. It's got the strong hard casing which you expect from HTC. So for me this is really impressive. The reason being is this: you are either one of two people. A, you're young and you want to have your first smartphone, or you're looking for a inexpensive smartphone, which this is, it's quite cheap. Or you're someone like myself who uses a BlackBerry for work, yet on weekends would love something cool to use and still be in contact with your email, Facebook, Twitter and things like that, and that would be the Wildfire S. For me, I can see myself using this on weekends mostly, mainly because of work reasons. During the week it just wouldn't be right. It's not the right device for a business, straight out. If you're interested in a business phone, try and avoid it. Personal use, perfect. Anyone who's out there looking for something to play music, video, browse the web, Facebook, Twitter, what else would you want to do? Do it. SMS, I guess. Oh, even make calls. Phones that still do that. This is one of those devices, and with the 5 megapixel camera in the back, I think it's 5 megapixel. Hang on. Yes, it's 5 megapixel with autofocus and a flash, single LED flash. This really is something that you would need to check out. I'm going to take you through the software side of it. I've had it running for 2 days, so the battery's asking me to charge it. But we're going to do this thing anyway, so let's take a look right now. Alright, so I have the Wildfire S right here in front of me. So if you don't mind, I've connected the charger because I think we'd struggle to get through the full review without it. Like I said, it's been on for 2 days, so it's definitely not been bad on battery life. It's just that I haven't charged it, which is a bit irresponsible of me. Looking around the device, really straightforward. 3.5mm jack, power button, a little speaker on the outside, camera and flash. Rock solid case, which I love on the HTCs. They're just so strong. And on the side is the quite a large volume rocker, which I enjoy. So really simple. I've unlocked the phone. Let me just go back. Oh, one thing which has changed compared to the Wildfire: no other buttons, purely the typical Android buttons that you're used to seeing. Home, options, back, search. And I'll show you the phone. So here I have, we've got multiple home screens as we're so used to. Plenty of home screens to add widgets, times, clocks, icons, music, the friend stream, which is for Facebook, Twitter, and the whole lot. Pictures, really whatever you like. I should pause that so I don't play it all through the video. So let's just go through some of these things. How HTC runs Sense. So if you don't know anything about Android phones, all companies tend to put their own flavor around the software. So these little buttons you see here, like phone buttons, and the way which they've got their screen set up, this is HTC Sense running. Again, something you'll only see on HTC phones. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop straight into the apps here. Let's go from the top. Really simple list of applications at the moment. Calculator, calendar, very straightforward. The camcorder, it has got a 5 megapixel camera on the back. I have mentioned it, and it is quite impressive for a simple camera. Oops, I pushed the wrong button there. So that can take you straight into video mode, that'll take you straight into photo mode. Clock, place to check your downloads. The Facebook app, FM radio if you connect to 3.5mm headphones, easy. Foxtel for Australian Telstra users, you can actually watch Foxtel on here. FriendStream, which is a special app for HTC phones, which integrates all of your Twitter and Facebook in one, and you can sort of just go through, look at status updates, photos, links, lists, the whole lot. And that's kind of really cool to keep up with your friends and see what's happening. Let's go into gallery. when I go in here, I like to put some images on here, some of my own images. Now these are super high-res images taken on a SLR camera, and it opens very, very quick. You know, no real issue with anything at all. Pinch to zoom, of course, still works. There is a little bit of rendering going on once you do zoom, so you'll see it does take a little bit longer to, you know, clarify the image a little bit, but definitely works very, very well. And again, you want to share these images, you hit share, boom, Bluetooth, Facebook, Flickr, Gmail, SMS, Picasa, the whole lot. It's all here. If I had, I don't know, I don't have a native Twitter app on here, so it can't do it, but you could Peep It, which is a similar app to Twitter as well. So I love this, you know, sharing section, and obviously delete, take more photos, and so on. So let's just go back again. Gmail, which I love, I use Gmail all the time. You know, Google search, everything that you're used to. The internet, absolutely without limits, regardless of the fact, oops, I pressed the wrong button. Let's go back. I must have hit latitude or maps. Internet, here we go. So go to the internet, again, you've got your full flash browsing. HTC, even though they made a small phone, they haven't skimped on the features. You've still got everything that you would expect from a Android phone, including, you know, flash video, which I think is still important in today's world. I think flash is being used a lot, and if you do like watching YouTube clips and things like that, then flash integration, right, like what you're seeing right now, is important. I am on 3G, so a video will take a little bit to load, but you can see it spinning. It will work. Oh, there it goes. Apologies for the lag on my internet connection on the phone. So other things like latitude, other mail accounts. You can have more than one mail account on this phone if you so choose to. Maps, again, Google Maps for navigation. As you can see here, it is a small GPS unit as well. So let's not forget that. Music, which I kind of demoed before. HTC do their own music app, which is very good. Again, you know, you flick through your songs, whichever you like to play. You know, and you can sort by artist, sort by album, playlists, and just go to all songs as well. So I think HTC do a really, really good job of sorting through your music. Depending on the telco, they like to add other applications, like there's a little Where Is Navigator. I find them a little bit annoying, but it's just what happens. The news and weather app, again, I find these easy because you don't have to go to the website to check on the news. You can just go into here, you know, check out top stories, Australian news, you know, sports news, entertainment. I love that. I think it's great. And obviously phone, Peep, which is like a little Twitter app as well. For places, checking in, Google Talk if you're a Google talker. There is no front-facing camera, which I think is a little bit of a letdown, but you know, you can't have everything in these phones. Wi-Fi hotspot again, because it's not a limited device. It's completely a proper Android phone with nothing limited. And that is really the tour of the device. Oh, before I forget, swiping from the top brings you recently opened apps, which is a quick way of getting into things. Also notifications. If you go into quick settings, you can quickly turn off and on Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, turn your hotspot on, turn your GPS on, turn your phone off, and things like that, which is really, really beneficial. I don't think that gets advertised enough on Android phones, and I believe Apple's iPhone 5 will be doing something similar to this. Let's see if they do it as well as they do. Let's switch back. Alright guys, that was the Wildfire S. What do you think? I like it. I actually really, really like the phone. I'm usually more impressed by the phones with the most power and the phones which have the most biggest screen and the bright screen and things like that. And there's nothing that this phone doesn't do except it's smaller. So yes, it's got a slightly slower processor. It's only got a 600 megahertz processor, and it's only got half a gig of RAM, which now we're talking in gigs of RAM on phones. It's unbelievable. Yet I was using the phone, you saw me using it just then, and the responsiveness is still really good. The apps still work as well as you'd expect, and you don't feel like you're using a cheap phone. And to be honest, this phone is selling very, very cheap, and it's bizarre. But the size, the way it works, everything is all perfect. I love this phone. I do. I've been telling a lot of people about it. And if you are in the market for a small phone, a small smartphone, or you're looking for your own for your first smartphone perhaps, this really is something you need to check out. Go into the store, pick it up, have a feel. Awesome phone. HTC Wildfire S. Not the normal Wildfire, because that's old and it's nowhere near as good as the Wildfire S, so check it out. If you have any questions, I'm sure somewhere around here I'll put like Twitter and my email and the whole lot, so hit me up, let's talk. Thanks for watching.